So I graduated college and began summer break, which is the time that I should be posting a lot more because I have a lot more time. But it's had the exact opposite effect. So my videos have been kind of low quality recently, just focusing on reviews and stuff like that. And I hope that's okay for the time being. But I do want to get out a video essay soon, so look out for that. Or a commentary track. Probably both. So I wanted to hop on and do a quick review. Like I said, I'm on summer break right now. So I went to Epcot. It was like my graduation present. And while I was there, I got to ride the Guardians of the Galaxy ride, which was the first time I've ridden it. Obviously, it's a pretty new ride. It is the newest ride at Epcot. And it is so new and so sought after that you have a virtual queue for the ride, which I really liked. So we still had to wait in line because of the fact that even with the virtual queue, so many people want to go on it. But basically, at 1 p.m., I put in, hey, I'd like to ride this ride. And then we got called up at 8:10, which is crazy considering the park closes at 9. So it was the last ride we went on, and man, what a way to go out. It was phenomenal. I want to leave this kind of spoiler free, so if you want to go on it, then you can, and without spoilers. But I will say that the waiting queue is really cool. There's one part where they don't tell you to run, but everyone runs. And so you're running through what looks like a ship, and it really feels like you're in the movies, like running through a spaceship. And then the ride itself is great. It's a track, so it is like a traditional roller coaster in that scenario, but it's rotating, so it's really cool, and very trippy. It is just on the edge of, if you're someone who gets dizzy on roller coasters, making you dizzy. I don't get dizzy on roller coasters. I do not get dizzy. My father is deaf in one ear, and so he has problems with certain types of roller coasters, and he said that he was just on the brink of that, like getting sick, and all that, but he managed to stay good. There is the use of screens, but not many. It is mostly practical things. The story is non-existent. There is a story, but the coaster is going fast enough and doing enough crazy stuff, you really can't pay attention to the storyline at all. Like, I could hear they were speaking, and I was just like not paying attention. The roller coaster is exactly where I want it in terms of scariness. It's just on that line where it's just scary enough to be thrilling, but not so scary at any point you're like, I wish I never got on this thing. If you are a wimp about roller coasters, I think that you can handle it, for the one reason that there is music playing throughout, and the music really distracts you from being, like, from the fear of the fastness or the turning or whatever specifically affects you. Someone's looking at my car stickers. I have a lot of stickers on my car. So the, like, the music really keeps you distracted, which keeps you distracted from if you'd possibly be scared. Like, my mom is kind of a wimp when it comes to roller coasters. She's able to handle it because we were next to each other. We were singing together the whole time. The music paired with everything. There's this one part where there's a moon. That's all I'm going to say. But if you go on it and you see this part, you know what I'm talking about. It's a very, very cool moment. There's some tilting going on. Super cool. One of the best roller coasters I've ever been on, which is crazy. I think the only thing that would make it better is if it was more Guardians of the Galaxy themed when you actually got to the ride itself. The standing queue was super Guardians of the Galaxy, but the ride itself is kind of like, if I was a huge fan of the franchise and I went to this expecting something like the Harry Potter rides are super related to Harry Potter, I would be kind of disappointed in the level of relation to Guardians of the Galaxy. So those are my thoughts on this ride. Great. I would compare it. It's a partial dark ride. And I would compare the way that the roller coaster feels to kind of like the Mummy at Universal, if you've been on that ride. So yeah, those are my thoughts from an unofficial theme park connoisseur.